Toby, what are you thinking? Toby, what are you thinking? Are you working today? Are you working? So we had a new delivery here. We've been waiting for them, and they are here finally. So recognize those. That would be the 9RX Bogey wheels that all need to be put back on. So we need to go get the 9RX in here. I believe we got a detention tracks at some point today, and get those babies on. Are you excited for Bogey wheels?
Yeah. We'll get it in just in time for Brody to get back. You guys can do your thing.
How come it is always me and Brody that do that job?
I planned it out well. This little window slide deal on the Bobcat.
Yeah, that you broke.
I didn't break it. I just broke more of it so I could use it after it was broke. Totally different length bolt now. It's two different sides. Can't interchange parts because it gets all jammed up. So.
Jump. Go get the kitties. Go get them. There he goes. Right to the cat house. Nothing ever changes with him, is there?
Oh, a little bit slower at the end of the day. That's about change.
And a little bit rounder.
Yeah, he's doubled in size. That's what town life does to some. Just plump up nice and bulky.
Let's see if she starts. We might need two hands for some ether. She just needed a little breath of ether. Pops right off. Even though it is supposed to get to 54 today, which is insane for being February in Minnesota, still kind of chilly out. No sun out and it's windy. Still not complaining, at least it ain't 20 below like it should be. Oh, there's Toby. Oh, good night, that is rough there. And the yard has not gotten any less muddy. It's terrible, actually. There went your clean floor.
That's all right. Better than it was.
Oh, she's fogging up. I called Kibble, and what I thought was going to be easy to detension the tracks. So what I thought is that you just hook a hose onto here. Oh, that's ruined. That's nice. I thought you just hook a hose onto here and detension the track, which we need to do because it's way too many of these to do to not detention. And then it would just self-tension again like a quad track, but I guess not. So you gotta plug on, back to the SUV like a 2-track, detention, have to get into the computer to tell it that we're detensioning, I guess. Otherwise, I don't know. He's sending out a packet on how to detension the track. Yeah. So our parts guy is bringing parts from Kibble today, so he's going to bring us the track tensioning hose for us to borrow.
Another project we wait on.
Yeah, and he's bringing parts so that can be finished, and then these two can leave, and then once the wheels are on, we can get the new planter in here. They're going to come out and update the software on the tractor so the tractor talks to the planter, because it's all technology driven, 110% technology driven. So they just want to make sure that they talk and maybe update software on the tractor. Because it's a 2018 tractor and a 22 model planter. And you know how much your phone updates, so I can imagine that this thing is terribly outdated software. And it is possible to run with one Bogey wheel. Not suggested, but it works. All right, so here's the new Bogey wheels. Well, they're not new. They're the original off of the tractor that you watched me and Brody struggle off. And then we sent them away to D&S Tire. They're in Nebraska. Randy dropped them off when he was at a meeting. And they basically put new rubber on. So, a lot cheaper, because these are they're $1,000. If you bring the metal back to Deere, they're $900, so it's got a $100 core. And this was basically half price. So, we're gonna see how that goes. And if you got any loose rubbers on your tractor, check out D&S Tire. I'll put the link in the description. But they don't come back painted, so they're rusty. They obviously put them in some sort of treatment, I think, and ate the paint off and cleaned them. So now we get to brake cleaner them clean and paint. Right? He's super thrilled.
There's other things I could do.
Said the guy that said, well, another project we can't work on.
Are we gonna go matte black or shiny? What is up with all the underwear in this shop?
It's kind of strange.
At least it'll, yeah.
They are dirty. That's not good.
There's a look I'm familiar with.
That's just nasty. I can't believe, how did I get to underwear? One pair of underwear. I'm guessing there's a story behind that.
Someone had to, was trying to move very quick to take care of business.
Oh my gosh. You know, this is about the most exciting job I've done in a month. What is this? It's like a gift store every time you
It's an old man's
reach
sock.
in there. You just don't ever know what you're gonna get. This might actually work quite well. Yes, it's the sock. Eric.
But yeah, so getting back down to low altitudes, I did feel a little weird. It maybe was just the stress we put on our bodies from trying to ride.
Attempting to ride.
Right.
My favorite
I got sea level sickness, not
My
altitude
favorite
sickness.
thought of that, what you just said there, is watching that sled ghost ride itself right to that tree. Can we replay that?
I'd run and catch it, but I can't.
That might have been a $2,000 deductible right there. Oh.
That maybe was the highlight of the video, but it wasn't the highlight of my trip.
It was the highlight of mine.
I would have gone with pink or something.
I was thinking maybe some primer.
I asked you, and there's no primer out here. Come on now.
It just instantly makes them nervous. There's
The good ones?
the guy and then the lay it down guy.
You don't like runs.
Wow, that looks nice.
It really
I
does.
should go work for the factory.
Yeah.
Well, 2 done. All right, so we've got this project on hold, paint drying, and waiting for the hose to unhook from there. But they turned out pretty good. They look brand new now. Now they're gonna stick out because all the mud and corn stalks and what have you rubs all the paint off of these, and I'm not taking them off to paint them. So, and I also do not want everything else painted. Hopefully this afternoon we can get this project going. So while we're waiting for parts, I'm gonna take some pictures of this trailer. We're actually gonna try and sell it. So if any of you guys want a water trailer, it is set up pretty nice. It needs a pump. The pumps both gave their lives to the wash bay. They both died, so it don't have a pump. It was originally set up with 2-inch, then upgraded to 3-inch fill. You just have to have 2 valves open to tanks to run that at full steam. And then what I would do is I'd buy a 3-inch pump and do away with a lot of this, because I had 2 2-inch pumps running out. So basically from here through the inductors is all 3-inch. It just needs a 3-inch pump and a little bit of reworking there. Very minimal actually. One tank's got a crack in it at the 1,500 gallon mark. I just didn't ever fill it over 1,500. It's curtain side, so you can open it up, set your totes in here. If you're interested, shoot me an email. Nothing wrong with the trailer. Obviously, we just got a new one, so hose reel. All right, that job's done. I think it holds like 6,700 gallons, even with the cracked tank. So, back to the shop. Sure don't feel like it's 50 degrees outside. Woo! Well, and just like that, Wade was here from Kibble, dropped off the last bearing and a washer that I needed for the combine so we can complete that. Some planter parts and a track tensioning hose that we are borrowing from their shop to complete this project. So, just like that, had nothing to do while we had stuff to do, but waiting for parts on everything, right, Toby? Yeah. So, now we gotta figure this out. Toby, he's been drinking the water out of the Bogey wheels that are here. That's what that is. Yeah. Why don't you drink the water out of your water dish? You like that? It's got more nutrients. Little dirty water. He don't care. And here is what the service manager printed off for us to know how to do it. Remove hydraulic oil reservoir cap. I have a feeling that this is a wasted attempt. Like, okay, we're gonna remove the reservoir cap because it says to. Odds are that that has nothing to do with the rest of this process.
Is number 2 put the cap back on?
That's, yeah. Now we'll forget to put it back on and then we'll take it out. Okay, step 2. With valve closed, plug in. I think we're plugged in. And it's all over again. What is that sound I keep hearing?
What sound?
I don't know. I keep hearing weird noises.
You have
Probably in my head
I
again.
was gonna say you have buzzing in your head as well.
That looks long enough.
Maybe I can plug into this one.
Wow. Maybe that goes in the reservoir.
Yeah, I'll just hold my thumb on it.
So from my 4-page briefing here, it sounds like it's the same exact process as 9530, which we've just done. So very straightforward, nothing complicated. So Eric's going to get an extension hose so we can actually have a long enough hose. Then we plug it into the tractor remote, start the tractor up, push forward on remote number 1 for whatever looks good of detensioning, and then bogey wheel time. Hopefully the paint's dry. Okay, I'm gonna fire it up. Remote 1, push forward according to the instructions. We got pressure, Eric, it's pressuring.
Coming out the cap.
Yeah, right. Took longer to start than when it was cold. Oh, I suppose it'll be we're doing a fast boot today. Okay, pushing forward. Yeah, it's working. We've got warnings. Troubleshooting required. That looks detentioned. This process is going to be quick now, hopefully. Less fighting the track versus the tire. So unfortunately, what we were told is that when putting a new one on, which I guess does make sense, put the new ones on from across from each other, because this rubber is actually thicker a little bit due to wear, and maybe they just put them on thicker to begin with, I don't know. So we have to actually take a wheel that is original or has the original rubber on, and we're going to put it here across from another original. Then we're going to put 2 of these recappers on across from each other.
Whoops. Help. Help.
You got to really get aggressive. It's full of mud on the inside. There you go.
Oh, Brody.
Speaking of Brody, I thought he was coming at noon today.
Yeah, he's ran away.
He's remodeling his kitchen, so I can imagine he's having more fun than this. All right, we got that track done. Just finishing up our last and final set of tracks we have to do. Since they have to be across from each other, we ended up taking one of the factory ones off. And this is what the factory one looks like. I mean, it's not decapitating itself. This is actually from lack of mud cleaning. So that's why it's so important to pick the mud, as horrible as that job is. But the mud builds up in here, and it's not bad when it's wet, but when it dries, it eats your rubber. But that one's gonna be on the shelf for not if, but when more of the factory ones start puking out. Since that's tends to be a trend that I'm not so fond of.
Next job.
That's a job I've been looking forward to getting off the to-do list. Now we can hook it up to the new planter. Woo!
That thing will be long.
All right, new day. Tractor's ready. Justin from Kibble, the mechanic, is coming out. He should be here any minute. We did, or Eric actually, completed the last bearing on this, put the belt on, shielded her up. So it's time for a rearrange of the shop, and Justin's gonna work on syncing the planter and tractor together software-wise, and hopefully we can get her in the shop here and take a look at it. So it actually rained last night, so the yard slop has gotten worse, but it is what it is. I don't think we have like probably next to no frost, so soaking in. Can't complain there. Getting set up for next year. Here we go. First hookup ever. We'll see how long this takes to figure out what goes where and what's not right. What's next?
You know, you could just drive forward.
Oh my gosh, we almost lost our blocks. They were tipping over.
Yeah, it's not good. If we just drive.
Man, everything seems so close.
Easy girl. And then we'll just let Deer hook it up. That went way too smooth. We don't have any rigs, so, oh my gosh. We don't have any rigs, so we can't hook up yet.
See, my detail job made it a long time. Okay, we're just gonna leave this here for now, and we gotta clean the shop out, get it in. My detail job has made it about a week.
What happened?
Mud,
Yeah.
boots.
Yeah, what can you do when it's April and February?
Well, it's time to finally get the combines out of here, which I'm looking forward to not looking at them. They are beautiful, but I'm sick of working on them, and we're gonna get them in the shed. It's planter time. I get to drive Brody's tinted out beast. Oh, now he's thinking he put cardboard in. God, he's a professional detailer. The battery's not even dead. This is my first time driving this, and I can tell you right now, his steering is unbelievably easy compared to Air Force One. Like one finger easy, that's amazing. Brody, once again, spoiled. So Brody got this brow up here, which will be super nice when you're actually combining. Me personally, I look right into it. If I had a brow, I'd have to go up 3 inches more, which then it would be kind of pointless. But like during the day, harvest time, it's gonna be super, super nice when you're out and the sun is coming down. It's gonna be nice. Second thing I notice is that unload auger is much, much higher. Much higher. I see the previous owner didn't like the little tag. Eric, look it! You broke mine too?
No, I just disassembled.
Oh my. I don't like the chain, but yet I have lost more than one cap in my life.
Wait, pick your poison.
Pick your poison. So this is gonna pump for a while. This is gonna take like probably over 600 gallons between the two, and we're pumping out of this tank because I believe Randy's bringing in another transport of fuel. So we're gonna make some more room.
To get us through the rest of the winter.
The winter,
For all
yeah.
our snow pushing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the cost this winter in snow removal is 0, which is nice.
Yeah, which is good because I'm sitting there watching my snowmobile depreciate. I don't need anything else. So.
Isn't that so sad?
Yeah.
It's the best insurance you bought us.
Oh yeah, I took insurance out on it because we had like 6 inches of snow too. I might as well just cancel that.
All right, we got the planter in here. We need some fittings for our tractor for Power Beyond. So I believe Randy's gonna pick that up. And we realized we don't have a generator for it or any bowls for it, which are at the dealership, a different dealership than where Justin's out of. So they're gonna get those here. But we are gonna be putting this kit on because the planter wasn't ordered with airbag closing system. It's the old piece handle. And Dad said it must have to have airbags, so we get to rip all the tails off, put this tail on, wheels. We're not gonna be running this setup. We're gonna have one spike and one solid. That's what we found last spring. Double spike was ripping out our seed, and we did not like that, so we're gonna put those on the shelf for when we wear this set out. And then I'm gonna work on putting the computer brain that controls all this on the back of the planter. We've got work. Buy a new planter and rip it all apart. A new used planter, new to us planter. Good times. Good times. Look at the staring and not knowing what to start with.
Well, I'm wondering if we want to hold off on putting these on till we do any gauge wheel or disc work. Does it need openers? Did you measure?
Probably. We should pop one off, see what it's at, but
Yeah.
I think it's got 4,000 acres on it, so I'm assuming they're shot. Or shot enough that it ain't gonna make it through our season. And just like that, we have a big mess. Big mess. How's it going?
Good.
Routing hoses. So, Brody and Eric. Brody finally showed up to work.
It's nice to have them back.
They got the tails on. Now they're more or less temped on. They are tight, but they'll need to be aligned, yard, field aligned. So set the planter down, make sure they are closing the V properly, so they can't really get that exact in here. We'll put one wheel on. I've got one cast wheel ordered. Then we're gonna run a cast and a spike. So currently, what I've been working on, literally this whole time while they put all this on, is put a computer brain right here, ran a harness down in, found the factory harness, plugged that in, and then I've ran all the air lines from, I also put a valve block up there for the air, and then ran all the air lines down the bars, hopefully not in any pinch points. And now Eric and Brody are working on running the air lines from the line I ran down to the airbag. And then it'll be airbag tensioned or downforce on the tail. Get all that? Yeah, it's a lot of steps, a lot of forward thinking, more or less, but we're getting a lot done. Like this whole side is done, besides obviously wheels on it, but they're all routed pretty nice. Here's the deer brush. I know very little about this whole system. I know how the precision stuff works. This is very similar, just totally different. looks a lot more expensive too. All right, Justin just left. We did get a lot done to this planter. I didn't show you that just because he was here teaching us a lot. So we will talk about that more. We do have some stuff that we still got to do to this thing. Set up all gauge wheels. We did measure the openers. All openers are good except for it used to be pulled by a 2-track. So this row was always in a track, from my understanding. So those blades are shot. So for the most part, it's grease and just put back together and learn a little bit more about it. Other than that, I think that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.